Welcome back to the Mid-Sack here, segment 2, IDD. For those of you who know, I don't disagree. The highly questionable honor, Jimmy Leccio, flying solo this morning on a thirsty Thursday. The vacation has begun for me. There's a few hours to go before my wife, who's roaming around here somewhere watering plants, I'm sure, which is fine. But segment 2, Major League Baseball. Don't look now, Boston Red Sox fans. But speaking of coaching, okay, and how a difference a manager or a coach can make, Alex Cora is once again proving why, if he's not the best manager in Major League Baseball, he's certainly in the top 3. As of this morning, the Boston Red Sox are 26-24, 50 games in, with a lineup that beyond Rafael Devers, you don't know who most of these guys are, unless you're the guy that actually, that lives and breathes. And I'm sure there's a few of them up in Red Sox Nation that would can tell you every guy in the lineup. But I'm not one of those guys because I'm still mad at the owner for letting, Mookie Betts and all the other guys go that were a World Series team when they were all not even in their prime yet. That was ass clown move number 1. So, yeah, I've kind of taken my foot off the gas on this. But the Red Sox yesterday did something they haven't done since the team that won the World Series in 2019. They came off the World Series win, rather. And that is they went down into the sunny state there, the orange state, the Tropicana state there, Florida, and they took 4 games in a row off the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. How on God's green earth did that happen? Well, if you look in the stats, and baseball is all about stats. So if you look at the stats this morning, and if you go through individual stats, you won't find a single Red Sox except for this new stat called quality starts. And number 4 is this guy, one of these pitchers, Tanner Houck. I don't know how you pronounce his name. He's 4th. There's no other Red Sox in the top 5 in any individual statistical category. When you go to the team categories, it doesn't get much better. You won't find the team in the top 5 in any statistical, meaningful category except one. The Red Sox this morning are number 2 in Major League Baseball in earned run average at .299. They were the only team in front of them, the New York Yankees, who have the best record in baseball. Let that sink in. So with pitching, wow, what a concept. Pitching, you can actually be competitive and stay in this race. The Red Sox are only 7.5 games out of first, 50 games in. I never thought that would have been possible. But I said the only way that they'd be around 500 is if Alex Cora is what I thought he always has been, and he is. He's a great manager. They've got a very talented young pitching staff for the most part that so far anyway has done very well. 50 games in, pretty good sample size, almost 1/3 of the way through the season basically. So we're at the end of May here, May 23rd, not really at the end, getting close to the end of May, but they're relevant still. Almost 2 months in. I didn't think they'd be relevant 2 months in. So they're here. When you look at the team statistics, Devers has woken up. In fact, he set a record. He hits a home run in 6 straight games. Recently broken his batting average. He now leads the team in batting at .277. He's second in home runs to this guy Tyler O'Neill. So he has 10. O'Neill has 11. So look, they're competitive. And the hope, if you're a Red Sox fan, was July 4th comes, which again, that's still 5 weeks away, if we're being honest, 6 weeks away. So there's still a lot of time for this thing to sink like the Titanic. So I'm not going crazy here, but if they're still around here or, within striking distance with 7 on July 4th, then you got to ask yourself a question. Does this donkey of an owner who has been spending more money on his fucking soccer team the past 5 years and not caring about the Red Sox do something at the trade deadline? Does he bring in a bat? Does he bring in another starter? To me, I think you got to bring in another 1 or 2 bats. If this pitching holds up, they're going to have a shot. But they've got to get some more offense. Well, they should have lost the offense they had because it was really good. But that's too late. The water's under the bridge. Now it's what do you do now? They're 15th or 14th in spending. So spend the damn money. If 6 weeks from now they're still here, which right now is looking pretty darn good given what's happened. I never thought they'd take 4 in a row from Tampa Bay ever again in my lifetime, the way this is going. So for them to go down there and do that, and Tampa Bay needed that series. Tampa Bay is in trouble right now. They needed to right the ship. The ship's taking on water down there because of the Red Sox. So I'm not going to get overly optimistic here. I'm just saying I'm going to give credit where it's due. Alex Cora is every bit as good as I thought he was. This pitching staff is better than I thought it was. Rafael Devers woke up, so he's looking more like the guy they gave all that money to, the one guy they did pay, but he needs help. And again, that's not to say that he doesn't have some guys here doing some things, because they do. But I mean, when you look at the averages here, and again, the catcher who's played 34 games long, he's batting 344. Reese Schneider, who's played 24 games, less than half the season, he's batting 344. Gonzalez, 12 games, 320. But then you get to the guys who played 35 and 9 and above. There's Devers, 277. Abreu, 275. Yoshida, 275. Duran, the center, for 270. And then it drops after those 4 guys. 250 O'Neill, 248 Cassis. McGuire, the backup catcher, 250. O'Neill, the right fielder, 248. Cassis, Tristan, 244, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. So, look, they've got to stay afloat, okay, for a little while longer. But if they can do that, the trade deadline becomes interesting, because as history has shown in Major League Baseball, if you just get in and you have pitching, which they at least, again, 50 games, it's not a huge, it's a pretty good, not huge. To me, they're not halfway. If this sustains itself for 80 to 81 games, all right, this might be for real. But that's not 30 games to go, 31 games to go. But right now, they've got a pitching staff that gives you a chance. If you can add a bat or two to this lineup, like a guy that can hit 30 dingers or a guy that can get you something, they might have a chance. They might. And again, I don't know the depth of this team, so I don't know how bad injuries could destroy it or how quickly it could destroy it. Every year Tom and I talk about this. There's always 2 teams that the injury bug just bites them, and literally it's fatal. So that's the unknown. That's, again, the unknown element in the room, right? But that aside, if Alex Cora can keep this team competitive for another 6 weeks, things get very interesting on July 4th. Because most Red Sox fans, that is the day they check in. All right, where are we on July 4th? The NBA's over, NHL's over, football is it's 3 weeks to training camp. Where are the Boston Red Sox? July 4th is really the big check-in day up in Red Sox Nation. If they're where they are now, around 7-8 games out, over 500 on July 4th, you got to ask a question. And look, Theo Epstein is here again. This is the good thing. He knows. Theo knows. Theo built the first one. Theo knows what needs to be done here. And they have the money to do it. I don't want to hit this poor crap with Henry. That's bullshit. So he better not say that. The truth is, you're fucking spending on your goddamn soccer team. Put the fucking money back in the local nine. Fuck the soccer team. You can't be the owner of the Boston Red Sox and you're spending money on a soccer team. I still don't know how that guy is not. I still don't know how he can walk anywhere in Boston and not get just beat down for this, because Red Sox fans know what's going on. They know, and he'll sit there and say, "Well, these teams spent the most money and they didn't win." Yeah, but when you spent the most money or top 5, you did win. I don't care about everybody else. This is the Boston fucking Red Sox, one of the elite franchises in the history of this sport. It's them, it's the Yankees, it's the Cardinals, it's those. That's where they are. That's the table they sit at. 9 World Series. Come on, man. That's what you own. Okay, this isn't the Kansas City fucking Royals. No. Just no. Okay, so and again, 6 weeks is not a small sample size. That schedule is not going to get, just so you know what's coming up. They take Tampa out. They have Milwaukee at home. Winnable. Then they go to Baltimore for 3. Baltimore, to me, is the best team in the AL right now. I know the Yankees have the best record, but they've played more games. Baltimore, to me, that's a real test. If they can go to Baltimore and just get one, then they host Detroit for a 4, okay? Then they host Atlanta, good team. They go to Chicago, and they got Philly. Philly's legit. But they're coming to Fenway. Then here come the Bronx Bombers, June 14th through 16th. That could be a potentially huge series. So they've got a lot of things between now and then that they have to sort out and win. But for the most part, this is a winnable schedule. They've got some tough ones in there, no doubt. But if they can split with those teams and take the series against the below 500 teams, they could be in this thing on July 4th. After that, they go to Toronto, they go to Cincinnati, they host Toronto, they host San Diego, and on July 4th weekend, they're at Miami on the 4th. They come home on the 5th. Actually, no, on July 5th through the 7th, they go to the Yankees. So Miami is the worst team in baseball right now than the Yankees. They go from one extreme to the other. Then they come home July 9th for 3 with the A's, and then Kansas City. So look, they have a legit chance to be in this thing, barring a major injury or a setback like that. We'll see what they have. Vehicle's ready. My vehicle's ready, America. Anyway, that's where the Red Sox stand right now. I've been very impressed with this pitching staff. They've got the closer. Kenley Jansen's been good. Not great, but good. But they've blown, again, they don't hit. They don't hit well enough. When you look at where they are at team batting, just so you know, because they don't really, you look at the team stats, because there's no individual in the top 5. When you go to the hitting stats, where they are, it's clear where the need is. They are currently, they're 14th in batting. 14th. Imagine if they were 9th. Okay? 243 average. Okay? When you look at RBIs, these are the RBI looks at batting and RBIs. When you look at RBIs, they are, where are they? Oh my God. When you look at RBIs, they are 10th. Actually not bad. They're in the top 10 in RBIs, 217. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So they do have some offense. They're 10th there, but then you go to home runs. If it goes there, they're 10th. So 10th in RBIs, 10th in home runs. That's good. Imagine if they added one bat. One legit 30-100 guy. And again, those aren't easy to find. Maybe you get a guy that can hit 100 RBIs, but he can't hit 30 home runs. You get the other, whatever. But imagine they found a guy like that, or 2 guys that could do that. I mean, where could this team be? 10th in RBIs and home runs is good. You're good. You're a playoff team. You're a playoff team. And you're second in earned run average. Those are playoff team numbers. They are. So I am hoping, because again, I had the feeling this team right here might find another way to break my heart, because that's their history right now, that if and when the NBA season ends, there is a baseball team to look forward to, and we're not dragging our till football season. And right now, at least, there's smoke. There's some smoke. And sometimes when there's smoke, there's some fire. Now, there's a fire there yet, but there's a little bit of smoke. So I want to commend Alex Cora on what he has done to this point, because honestly, no one thought that they were going to be here right now. Nobody I talked to thought the Red Sox were going to compete in this division. All right, and again, they haven't beaten really any of the heavy hitters yet, but Baltimore and the Yankees are coming up. They're going to get their shot at them. Just play them even. Just play them even. You can do that, and you take care of business on the other ones. And Philly's really good. Play them even. Philly is legit. Joel's right about them. They are legit. Play them even. Take care of what you got to take care of. And July 4th gets very interesting up in Beantown. So we'll see what happens. But I commend them. Just so you know, they are, like I said, if you look at the schedule, Major League, they're coming back. I think they're coming home tonight. Let me see. Today is Thursday, the 23rd. Where are they at? They're off today. It's a travel day. They start the weekend at home against Milwaukee. So Milwaukee comes into Boston. Look, for the weekend, they have they have a chance here. Milwaukee is a good team. They're in first place. I'm sorry. They're in first place in the Central. They're 28-21. Good team coming in, plus 38. They're 16-12 away from home. So this is a good test for them this weekend coming off this. Let's see if they can take 2 out of 3 from the Brewers. I always love the Brew Crew. It's one of my favorite. Maybe it's the Brewers. I don't know, but something about them have always been a little favorite of mine. Baseball teams that I was always looked after, like Brew Crew. So they're good right now. They're coming in their first place in the NL Central. They got a 1.5 game lead on the Cubs. So they need this series. See if Boston can take 2 out of 3 this weekend. Pitching matchups, I don't know if they have them all lined up yet, but they did. Let me see what they got here, right? Just so we know. They've got, where is he? Here we go. So tonight, or for tomorrow rather, it'll be Cutter Crawford going for the Red Sox against Bryce Wilson Saturday. It is, where are they Saturday? Saturday they do play, right? Saturday. So here we go. Saturday they've got Colin Ray against Nick Pivetta, who had a good outing last game. Colin Ray against Pivetta. And then they have Sunday? They don't have Sunday. Why would you have Saturday and not Sunday? Wait a minute. That's Friday. That's Saturday. No Sunday. Hold on a minute. Just so come on. They've got Sunday on here. Let me see what Sunday looks like. Because it starts the next week. Sunday is undecided for the Brewers. We have Tanner Houck, who's in quality starts. He's rated 4th in all of baseball. He goes Sunday in the closer game, so in the third game. So we'll see what happens. Keep your finger crossed about the Red Sox. Game 2 tonight, Celtics Pacers. It's a big one for the Boston Celtics. They've got to get this game. They've got to show everybody something tonight. They gotta prove. People don't want the Pacers, and they're saying, "Oh, we can play all this." Boston's got to. The Celtics got to hit these guys tonight. I mean, hit them. I mean, don't just beat them. We're talking double-digit win here. They gotta put these guys on their heels and go, "Whoa, what was that? Another gear, perhaps?" How about don't take your foot off the gas tonight, Boston Celtics? Trust me, you might surprise yourself. Until then, you guys enjoy the weekend. We will return probably Monday night. We'll be back by the time we get back from the beach. But you guys enjoy your holiday weekend. Enjoy the NBA playoffs, the Stanley Cup. By the way, Florida took 3-0 for Game 1 against the Rangers. That's pretty impressive. The Rangers have been awesome all year. So we'll see how that takes out. But enjoy the NBA playoffs, the NHL, the Stanley Cup playoffs, and the baseball. And the Mets, Jesus Christ, that's why we're Tommy's. The Mets, do my friend a favor. Get up. Get off the mat. Do something before he's on suicide watch. But until then, for the Redoubtable One, the High Question One, you guys enjoy the holiday. We will see you in about 4 or 5 days. You know the drill, America.